Howdy, folks, and good afternoon. This morning, while I was in the shower, spirit, source, higher power, inner wisdom placed upon my heart the idea that there are many people in the world and many people in my community and in the communities at large that want support. I told you all earlier over on TikTok that one of the biggest questions that stumps people in my clarity coaching and in my paid mentorship programs, one of the biggest questions that stumps them is the question of, where have you tried to find support before and what was missing? And they often will say, I've never been supported in my true dreams. I've been supported as it related to pleasing people. I've been supported as it relates to showing up for others, but as it relates to showing up for myself, I've never felt supported. Some of them will make faces like, what do you mean? Where have you tried support in the past, and what was missing from that support? And so this morning, as I was going rub-a-dub-dub in the tub, I decided in that moment to start to fashion in my mind and to put together a little mini talk this morning that will go out on multiple platforms, including our podcast, about what it means to find and keep support for your life and your dreams. Today we're going to be talking briefly and holding space around finding and keeping support for your life and for your dreams. I'm going to lower that backing track just a little bit. I'm producing myself today, folks, so may love be glorified and lifted high. May love be lifted up. Even if you can't stand me, or you don't like me, or you don't get me, or I'm weird to you, or I'm a little too free for you, may love be lifted higher today in our lives. May love be the mountaintop that we can all point our eyes towards. May we look to love as the hill from which cometh our help. My help today comes from love. And over the last 30 plus years of my life, in some essences, all of my life, I've always been supported. All of us have been supported from the beginning of our lives. And some of us have been supported more as it relates to our dreams because we have mastered the art and the craft of finding and keeping support in our lives and as it relates to our dreams. Now, what qualifies me as Dr. Flo to talk about finding and keeping support for my life and my dreams and sharing it with the world today? I'm a person who was sent to Guatemala and Venezuela and foreign countries as a missionary as a child, all expenses paid. I'm a person who worked for the governor of Virginia for many years, singing and supporting political theater. I'm a person who has realized every childhood dream I've ever had, and throughout the realization of every childhood dream I've ever had, I always had to find and keep support. And this is something that's missing in Love and Action Network's community. And I believe that I can help with this talk today. So good afternoon to everybody, and welcome to Love and Action Network, where we don't just talk about transformation, we build systems that make it possible. Today's conversation is about something that most people misunderstand: support. Not surface level encouragement, not temporary hype, not people clapping for you when it is convenient. We're talking today about real support, the kind that sustains your life, the kind that moves your dreams forward consistently. Because the truth is simple. Most people are not lacking talent. Most people are not lacking vision. They are lacking structure, alignment, and sustained support. And without that, even the most gifted individuals stall. So today, we're going to get very clear about three things: how to find real support, how to build it intentionally, and how to keep it in your life long term. Let's redefine support together. And let us begin with clarity. Support is not someone liking your post. Support is not someone saying, "You got this, Dr. Flo." Support is not someone showing up once and disappearing. I'm going to read those three one more time because some of you are wondering why you don't feel supported. Support is not someone liking your post. Support is not someone saying, "You got this." Support is not someone showing up once and disappearing. Support is consistency, accountability, access to resources, and support is also alignment with your direction. At Love in Action Network, we define support as people, systems, and structures that help you move forward consistently. That means support here can look like a coach that challenges you, a community that checks in with you like we do on TikTok and beyond every day, a system that keeps you accountable, and opportunities that expand your reach. If it does not help you move, it is not support. I'm going to say that one more time. If it does not help you move, it is not support. If it does not help you grow, it is not support. It is comfort. And comfort, beloveds, will keep you exactly where you are. Let's move forward and talk about why most people struggle to find support. There are three primary reasons why people struggle here. Number one, a lack of clarity. I see this all the time in my coaching practice. If you do not know what you need, you cannot even recognize support when it shows up. I'm going to read that one more time for the people in the back. If you do not know what you need, you cannot even recognize support when it shows up. You'd be surprised how many people I coach or talk to at the grocery store or talk to in my family and friends group from time to time, and I say, "Beloved, what do you need? What do you need?" And they go, "Well, let's back up. They'll go, "Dr. Flo, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so stressed. I'm so tired. I'm so mad. I'm so anxious. I'm so panicked. I'm so depressed. I'm so paranoid." And I'm like, and then they'll tell me the whole story about why they're anxious and depressed and panicked and paranoid. And then after 15 hours, it would feel like, of hearing them tell me what's making them anxious and depressed and paranoid and panicked, I say, "Beloved, thank you for sharing your story with me. Thank you for finding me to be a safe place to land in your story. We're all encouraged to share our stories. Your story and your personal narrative and who you are matters in the world. Do not be afraid to share your story with the world and with someone safe. But after you finish sharing your story with the world or someone safe, the biggest question I ask people going further in my coaching practice especially, and in some of my friendships, is, beloved, what do you need? And that's when they start to scramble like eggs. What do I need? Well, I just wanted to tell you about the bills. I just want to tell you about what he said to me, what she did to me. I just want to tell you how my mom and my daddy abandoned me 20 years ago. I want to tell you how I was bullied in middle school. Well, me too. I was bullied in middle school, but what do you need today? This also reminds me of me putting a clip on the internet on TikTok and YouTube. I put a YouTube short and a TikTok, a reel, and an Instagram reel up where I was talking about being pushed into the lockers in middle school. And someone came under one of the posts and laughed at me. It was like being in middle school all over again. I was talking about being pushed into the lockers, and just like the kids on the hallway in middle school, someone laughed at me again. It's crazy. So beyond our stories, if you do not know what you need, and we have a resource over, if you go to AskDrFlo.com, AskDrFlo.com, if you go to my website to learn more about what I'm putting into the world and who I am, if you go down to the bottom of the website, you'll see free resources. And one of the resources on that free resources page is the needs wheels. And when people go in my coaching practice, I don't know. Oh, you don't. Oh, listen, I don't need to Google Christ consciousness. Grace, hello, Grace. I'm recording a live masterclass on Facebook and YouTube, and for Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and beyond. But I'm never too pressed into the production to riff about Christ consciousness. I don't have to Google Christ consciousness. I am the righteousness of Christ. I am Christ consciousness. This is my year of Jubilee. I don't have to Google that. I don't know everything. And I've never claimed to know everything. I don't need to Google Christ consciousness. I am the righteousness of Christ personified. You're looking at Christ consciousness. This is the day of Jubilee. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. You don't have to seek what you found. Come on in the room. She was talking to y'all. She said, Grace told y'all to Google Christ consciousness. I'm living it. I'm living it. So if you go over to AskDrFlo.com, AskDrFlo.com, and you scroll down to the bottom of the page or so, you'll see free resources. And one of the free resources that's nested under my site, where you can learn more about me and my journey and what I've been doing for the last 30 years of my life, you'll see the needs wheels. And in my coaching practice, I pull out the needs wheels and I say, all right, tell me what you need. In fact, I'm going to just open an extra tab and just go over to the website real quick, because this is my party and I can do what I want. AskDrFlo.com. Scroll down, free resources under Explore the Ecosystem. And if you click on the needs wheels, after people stop moaning and complaining to me about how sad their day is, or how sad their lives are, or what someone did to them in middle school, who touched them as a child, and we all were touched as a child. I don't like whether that's physically or emotionally or spiritually. We all had someone meddling with our energy or our energetic body or our physical body. I've not yet met an adult who wasn't fucked with as a child. Because even if you had the most loving parents and the most generous parents, you went to school or you left the house and somebody was trying to disturb you. And then we live out the after effects of how people touched us as children. But we don't have time for that today. That is a message that will get me actually taken off of TikTok, because they're not ready for that kind of freedom in the mainstream. But I have come. Where's she at? Is Grace still here? Grace came here to tell me about Christ consciousness and then left. I have come that you might have life. Dr. Flo has come that you might have life, and that you might have it what, churchy people? More abundantly. Dr. Flo goes live across multiple platforms and talks to hundreds of thousands of people every month so that you might have life, and so that you might have it more abundantly. If we ain't talking about abundant life, we ain't talking. I take people into these little wheels in my coaching practice. And because this is my shit and I can do what I want, I'm going to show y'all real quick. I bring people into my coaching practice and we start having conversations about what you need. This is from Human Systems, another wonderful healing agency. And do you today need more value? Do you need more fairness in your life? Like, beyond the story and the complaining, what do you really need, beloved? Do you need more challenge? Do you need more learning? Do you need more success? Do you need more friendship? Do you need more success? Do you need more belonging? Do you need a better schedule? We have a service here in the network where we help you get your schedule together and practice staying on schedule. Do you need more control? Do you need more order? Going into the other wheel available on the website. Curiosity, passion, access. Do you need more integrity? Are you lying too fucking much? Are you lying to yourself too fucking much? The biggest lies that you tell are to yourself, not to Dr. You can lie to Dr. Flo all you want. The one person you can't fool is you. Do you need more motivation? Do you need more attention? Do you need more discovery? Do you need more competition? Do you need more adventure? So it doesn't matter what you tell me. It doesn't matter what you tell me. What are you telling yourself? So we go through these needs wheels together, and if you don't know what you need, you cannot recognize what shows up. And with that lack of clarity, for those of you joining the room, we are in the section where we're talking about why most people struggle to find support. Because this morning I was in the shower washing my armpits, and I was like, these people do not know how to find and keep support. The one thing that's made me successful over the last 30 years is knowing how to find and keep support. A lot of you are anxious, sad, and depressed because you do not know how to find and keep support. And I want to be a person that brings water. I don't want to show up to the house party empty-handed. And Spirit put it on my heart this morning. Go and do a free live stream for the people and a free podcast episode and just talk about the fundamentals of finding and keeping support. Because most people ain't had authentic, loving, encouraging support a day in their goddamn lives. And today is the day that could change forever. Love is here. And Love in Action Network is here. And we're leading the charge on finding and keeping support. We are one of the best at it. Ask KM. Ask KM. We are one of the best operations on the whole internet and in the entire world as it relates to being found and keeping support. Show me somebody who's doing encouragement, equipment, and empowerment better than Love in Action Network and Dr. Flo. because I want their email and their phone number so I can link arms with them and you can really turn the world upside down. But very rarely we check in with our community every day. There are pastors that I've met in this country. I've traveled all over the world and all over the country. I've met pastors who only show up between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. one day a week. I've met pastors with names in far off towns and villages who only show up for their congregations to love on people between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Sunday. And the rest of the week, you cannot find them. You can find Dr. Flo every fucking day in the kingdom of love. And if we seek ye first the kingdom of love, everything else is going to happen for us. That's a different slide and a different PowerPoint. Right now, we're talking about 3 primary reasons that people struggle. And number 1 is a lack of clarity. If you do not know what you need, you cannot recognize support when it shows up, and you will overvalue the wrong people. You will undervalue the right ones, and you will stay misaligned in your environment too long. Or better said, you'll stay in misalignment. The script says, stay in misaligned environments too long. You will stay in misaligned environments too long if you have a lack of clarity. A lot of people don't know what they're even looking for, so they'll stay just where they are. They'll settle for fake friends. They'll settle for fraudulent environments. They'll stay addicted to substances because they don't have a clarity about where they want to go. They have a lack of clarity. This talk is going to get crazier as this green tea hits me, so you've been warned. As this green tea sets my heart on fire, it's going to get wilder. The second reason why people struggle to find support is that they have a fear of being seen. Real support requires visibility. This one goes out to you move in silence kind of mother fathers. Those of you who have a big dream and have a big vision and have all of these grand plans, but you want to move in silence. You don't want anybody to know what your dream is until the time is right. You have a fear of being seen. Real support requires visibility. You have to say, this is what I need. This is where I'm struggling. This is where I am going. Repeat after me. This is what I need. This is where I'm struggling. This is where I am going. Your ability to speak these things out loud to the world and to safe people combined is what gets you towards what you want. This is what I need, Dr. Flo. This is where I'm struggling, Dr. Flo. This is where I'm going, Dr. Flo. And you'd be very surprised how many people have an issue articulating those 3 things out loud. Sometimes it takes us 3 sessions. 3 30-minute sessions, an hour and a half of meandering and talking about everything but this is what I need, this is where I'm struggling, this is where I'm going. Because the truth is, some people, even though we all struggle, I struggle, my husband struggles, my team struggles, all adults and children are struggling with something. The Buddha taught us that all of life is suffering. And even though we're all struggling, some of y'all are still looking crazy out here trying to pretend like you're not struggling. Organic LGBT says, you are such a beautiful person. I hope you can find peace and love in the world today. I have found peace and love in the world today. I found it inside. And in my community here, Love and Action Network. I don't have to hope that I can find peace and love in the world. I have it. It is mine. Mine, oh mine. Knowing where I'm going is my life biggest struggle. You should work with me. You should come to I'm here multiple times a day on TikTok. You should just sit in this divine brine and see if answers come to you. Or book a coaching call with me. First round on me. First 20-minute session is on me. But we can talk about figuring out where you're going in life. I have some thoughts that are coming to mind. But my team tells me not to give away the milk for free anymore. Oh yeah, the Buddha taught us that all of life is suffering and a struggle. But yet and still, there are people out here who want, like I got family members and professional associates that still want me to believe from their Instagram feeds and from their personal stories to me that they're not struggling with anything. And I'm like, a person who tells you that they're not struggling with anything will lie to you about other things too. A person who can't say to you, this is where I'm struggling, will lie to you about other things too. I'm not calling them a liar. I'm just saying they'll lie to you about other things too. And one more thing. You're not calling me up to talk to me on the phone for 3 hours about what you're going through. You're going to get your ass to class. You're going to show up to these TikToks the way that KM and Tara does and the rest of the network does. You're going to show your ass up to the Facebook feed and the YouTube feed. For those of you who are out there trying to talk to me personally and all this shit, we're not talking personally. Get your ass in class. You never went to your second grade teacher's house to learn how to read. You never went to your third grade math teacher's house to learn how to math. You got your ass to class. No, I'm not talking to you in the middle of the night about anything. Come to class. Get your ass in class. It's free. I didn't charge anybody a cent to come in here today to elevate consciousness. Christ consciousness, allegedly. But no, you will not be calling me up. There's not going to be a lot of one-on-ones where y'all sit on the phone with me for hours talking about your shoulda, coulda, wouldas of life. Get your ass in class. We do over 10 free seminars and workshops every month here. We gather daily, several times a day on TikTok. Sometimes y'all want to fuck with my vibration. Sometimes you don't want to fuck with my vibration. But we're setting people free in here. Back to these comments. Because you think you know better with your degrees and shit. That's what Precious Mama said. With your degrees and shit. You think you know better with your degrees and shit. And yet we're truly liberating the people in here. I think capitalism also shames us for not being able to go. So struggling is seen as weak. Excellent insight. Who wants us to believe in capitalism? That's what I call it. Who wants us to believe in capitalism the most? I have a wonderful program called Toxic Shame Be Damned. And capitalism has a lot of toxic shame in it. People think by the way I talk, because I'm a sassy gay. I'm a sassy gay. I'm a sassy queer. So because I'm a sassy queer, people think that I'm toxically shaming them. I'm not toxically shaming you. I'm telling you the truth as I perceive it. But I'm not judgmental. I'm not as judgmental as y'all think I am. And I'm not trying to toxically shame you. I'm just waking it up. I'm just here for those who want to wake up. And we got to wake up organic to who planted those seeds of capitalism, or crapitalism as I call it. Being rushed, being hurried, we teach in Emotions Anonymous, those are pests. There are two major pests in the world right now: hurry and indecision. And what you're speaking to here about the go, go, go and struggling and being seen as weak, you're destabilizing yourself emotionally with that pest. Tara's doing a promo. We have so many opportunities to connect in groups. She goes on to say, from the multiple live streams to co-working sessions to masterminds. Yeah, I've been working at this particular encouragement enterprise for the last 9 years. Next year, I will be celebrating a decade of this particular kind of work in the world. Teaching people to have the courage and confidence to say, this is what I need, this is where I'm struggling, and this is where I'm going. Many people would rather stay hidden than be supported. And the third reason why people struggle to find support is because of a lack of structure. Even when support appears, people lose it because they have no system to maintain it. Our production team is coming. For now, it's just me. This came from me sitting in the shower this morning. It's like higher power, what do you want me to say to the people today? I need to, like the Pope, I need to go out on the ledge like the Pope and speak a word over the people. What do you want me to talk about today? Show me clearly show me, I will wait. And as I was washing my left armpit, teach them how to find and keep support, is what I heard. So here we are. Sometimes when support appears, you lose it because you have no system to maintain it. Support is not self-sustaining. Support must be engaged, nurtured, and organized. All right. Now, we've been talking for the last 32 minutes here about why you don't have support. And I think we outlined very clearly and hopefully not too shamey of a way why you don't have support. Let's move forward and talk about how to find real support. Because over the last 10 years of my active mission and ministry to encourage, equip, and empower people, one of the biggest questions that people ask me all the time is, how? Dr. Full, I hear what you're saying, and I can conceptualize what you're saying, and I want what you're teaching, but how? How do I find real support? Well, I'm a strategist of dreams, and we have a whole team of strategists for dreams and visions. And I'm going to move us forward now into strategy. And this is going to come to you over 4 steps. Okay, are you ready? Get your pens out. If you're listening on the podcast version of this, you can pause it, grab a pen, and let's get in class. The number one way, or the step 1 to finding real support, is getting specific about what you need. Get specific about what you need. Stop saying to people, I need support. I need help. I need support. I need help. I need support. I need help. Can somebody help me? Help. Say, I need vocal coaching. I need accountability. I need collaboration opportunities. I need help with visibility. I need a business strategy. I need help going live. I need help with my social media. What else do you need help with? Clarity attracts precision. I'll give you an example. There are 490 million people talking all day, every day, active monthly users on a platform called Threads. Many of us in the room are actively on Threads. That's 490 million opportunities to connect. When I would go out onto that platform and just try to be cute or talk about my food or be vague, as I was called by a person that didn't book with me, but she didn't book my services, but she really wanted me to know everything that she thought about what I was doing wrong. You ever met one of those people? They don't want to book with you. They don't want to fuck with you. They don't want to be your friend. They don't want to sleep with you. They just want to tell you everything that's going wrong with your life. She's one of those. Clock it. But I listened. I laughed in her face a little bit, but I kept listening. I laughed in her face a little bit. I definitely LOL'd on her a couple times. And then I listened to what she was saying. And when she was calling me vague, what she was trying to say to me was that I wasn't being precise and clear enough in my ask of who I was looking for on the internet to help and grow. So I took it after I laughed at her and I started being more clear and precise online. And now I've got a line of 300 people around the building who want to come in and work with me. She was right. She was messy, but she was right. Clarity attracts precision. So now I go onto the internet and I say, I'm looking for black men who want to heal. I'm looking for people who've been harmed by the church. I'm looking for spiritualists who want to grow their sacred commerce. I'm looking for people who need vocal coaching. I'm looking for people who need more accountability. I'm looking for people who want to collaborate. I'm looking for people who have a difficult time networking. I'm looking for people who lack confidence talking to strangers they've never met. I'm looking for people who are afraid of flying on planes. Different than just saying, I need clients. I need more money. I need more money. I need a girl, sir. We all need more money. How do you need it? Your clarity of your ask attracts precision. Number 2, and how to find real support. Number 1 was get specific about your need. Number 2 is go where support already exists. Some of y'all are asking unsupportive people for help. If your cousin Ray Ray hasn't supported you by now, and he hasn't supported you in the last 20 years, your cousin Ray Ray, we all got cousin Ray Ray. If your cousin Ray Ray hasn't supported you in the last 20 years, it's safe to say, we can leave the door open, but it's safe to say he ain't. Okay? Go where support already exists. Do not try to build everything from scratch. You want to find communities, programs, networks, and rooms where people are already in motion. And this is why, as Tara was sharing, and as I've been sharing, this is why spaces like Love in Action Network exist. We're not the only space in town, but we're one of the best. We are one of the best. This is why spaces, we are like top 1%. We are top 1% support networks. Ask Substack. Substack says, I go over to this little Instagram, Substack says that as it relates to consistent support of people, we are top 0.98%. We sit at the top 1% of encouragement platforms, of millions of creators. Top 1%. This particular iteration of the project has been encouraging people for 127 weeks. on our vlog and podcast on Substack. Top 0.98% encouragement platform. We don't play about your dreams. And some people still like to treat us like we're invisible. They act really, really starstruck, as my husband would say. It's like, Dr. Flo, they're just starstruck about you. They're just starstruck. Don't take it personally. They're just starstruck. You need to find communities. And once again, I'm not attached. I'm not attached to you staying in Love and Action Network. I don't care if you come into Love and Action Network or not. It's really up to you. I'm no longer a people pleaser, and I'm definitely healing from many codependencies. But you're going to need to find a community, programs, networks, and rooms where people are already in motion. You're not meant to do this alone. The third step of how to find support is to make yourself visible. Support cannot find you if you are silent or moving in silence. You must speak up. You must respond to opportunities. You must share your work. And you must engage consistently. You must speak up. You must respond to opportunities. You must share your work. And you must engage consistently. Engage consistently. Visibility is not ego. Some of y'all think that the reason why I'm coming onto these live streams and coming onto these podcasts and these television shows and things is because I need attention. My father used to do this to me. My father used to always say to me, "Oh, you just want attention, boy." No. I don't need attention. I need access to the money, the sponsorships, the donations, the gigs. Being visible for a lot of us is not about our ego. It's about access. I don't need no friends. I don't need no friends. I need access to opportunity. Step 4 in how to find real support. Be willing to exchange value. This is a big deal within some of our programs here in Love and Action Network. A lot of people want support, but they want support without doing anything in return. There are people on the planet that will do things for you expecting nothing in return, but that is a small percentage of the population. Angie earlier in the month sent me money and donations just because, and we turned it into 3 powerful websites. But that's very unique. Support is usually not free. And even in pay what you can environments like Love and Action Network, there is an exchange. Time, energy, skill, contribution. And at Love and Action Network, we believe in contribution over gatekeeping. And many people, still to this day, there are many people who try to treat me as if I am gatekeeping or keeping, the people or not moving fast enough and connecting the people. You're going to show up with something. You're going to do something for me in exchange for support here. You're going to do something for somebody, and it needs to be something that's important to them. We teach this here all the time, and a lot of people don't talk about this enough. It's known by a lot of people, but it's not spoken of a lot. Everybody, I'm talking about Angie and Tara and Poppy, everybody's living, and Dr. Flo, everybody's living from the place of what's in it for me. For some people that come into Love in Action Network, me encouraging them and being a jovial presence in their lives or cooking dinner on TikTok, for some people, that's what's in it for them. They like seeing me win. They like hearing the stories. They like the attention I give them, asking about their day and shit like that. That's what's in it for them. For some people, they want more than that. They want services. They want one-on-one time. They want to whine in my face until we find solutions. Some on TikTok say that I am better than a therapist. Even though I'm not a licensed psychotherapist, some have said that I treat them better, that I move on them better than their actual therapists and counselors that get paid buku money. You got to show up with something. Let's move forward into the next section and talk about after you find the support. And a lot of us in our lives have found support, and then we had a hard time keeping and sustaining and maintaining that support. And so we're going to talk now about how to keep support. Finding support is one level. Keeping it is where most people fail. I'm also talking today to the entrepreneurs and business leaders who've experienced what I've experienced, where you get clients, then you don't keep the clients. You get the major contract, but you only get one. Here are the steps. You want to show up consistently. If you disappear, support disappears. Some of my team members, throughout the last 5 years especially, have said things to me like, why are we going to Substack again? Why are we going to Clubhouse again? Why are we back on TikTok? Why do you spend so many hours on TikTok? Don't you have better things to do than to live stream all day and to be on TikTok and Clubhouse? What about you and your free time, Dr. Flo? I understand very clearly. If I disappear, the support is disappearing. They will find someone else to support if you disappear. It's not that good-hearted people like Angie are going to stop supporting people if I disappear. When I met her, she was a supportive person. When I met her, she was a loving person. She's not going to stop supporting her family and her friends and strangers on the internet because I disappear. She's just going to go support some other talking black man on the internet. So I don't disappear. I show up on TikTok as much as I can all day, every day, because I know that if I appear, support will appear. Consistency builds trust. Trust sustains access. If you're crying the blues today, listening on the podcast about why people are not supporting you, it's because they don't trust you. They don't trust you because you don't show up. Number 2, follow through is how you keep support. If you say you will do something, do it. Support systems prioritize people who take action, respect time, and honor commitments. You need to have an email address dedicated to the things that are important to you. I have like 10 email addresses, but there's one of them. When things hit that particular inbox, it's top priority. Support systems that take action, respect time, and honor commitments. Number 3, communicate clearly. If something shifts, say so. Silence breaks relationships faster than failure ever will. Silence breaks relationships faster than failure ever will. Number 4, to maintain support, participate. Do not just consume. A lot of you are not keeping support in your lives or finding support in your lives because you're just sitting in spaces to see what's going to happen. There's so many people who complain about not being supported who are just sitting in my group chats, not really saying anything. Do not sit in spaces and just watch. Engage. Respond to our check-ins. Offer your insight and your perspective. Support others. Support is reciprocal. And the last step to keeping support is evolving with the room. Evolve with the rooms that you're sitting in. As you grow, your support systems will shift. Do not cling to environments that no longer match your level. Growth requires movement. Now, let's talk about building your own support ecosystem. At a higher level, once you move through the finding support and keeping the support at a higher level, and most of you will need to do this in order to get those big, big dreams that you want. At the higher level, you do not just find support. You build an ecosystem. Your ecosystem will include guidance, like coaches, mentors, and teachers like Dr. Flo. Accountability, like groups, check-ins, and structured systems. Opportunities, like auditions, collaborations, and referrals. And also a community of people who understand your journey. This is the model that we use inside Love in Action Network. 3 C's of Love in Action Network. We got 3 E's. We encourage, equip, and empower. And newly, over the last year or so, we got the 3 C's now. Here we create, we connect, and we care. We create, we connect, and we care. You are not just supported here in Love in Action Network, you are positioned for your greatness. Here's the truth that I want to leave you with today. Support is not accidental. Support is intentional. It is built, it is maintained, and it is required if you're serious about your life and dreams. And if you are ready for real support and not just surface level connection like so many people on TikTok, then your next steps are simple. Step into spaces that are designed for it, engage with intention, and allow yourself to be seen, supported, and stretched. This is what we do here because this is Love in Action. If you're looking for coaching, community, accountability, real opportunities, you can reach out directly to me, askdrflo@gmail.com, 404-585-1278, 404-585-1278. You can go to lovedandlovable.bio.link, lovedandlovable.org, askdrflo.com, or lovecityarts.net. Thank you to our producing sponsor of the websites this year, Awesome Angie Novelties and Gifts for those websites. There are pathways for every level, including pay what you can and contribution-based entry points. But you must decide to step in. Until next time, stay in your power, stay in your truth, stay loved and lovable, and we'll talk to you very, very soon around our network and beyond.